So back to the action. We've actually managed to make a temporary dropper out of the broken one. As you can see, Sam's holding it there. Yeah, it's a little bit smaller than we first imagined, but we've managed to kind of try and fix it. So hopefully it's alright, or else I'm going to have to go and buy another one, which was not going to be fun. Anyway, Sam, take it away. What are you doing here?
Okay, what I'm going to test right now is roughly one of the juices we had in the middle, close to the middle of the pack. So orange juice. I'm going to test it with the one that we both had, Jack and I, as the most dense, which is pomegranate.
Okay, so what should happen then?
What should happen is the orange juice should come to the top of the glass or remain at the top of the glass.
Okay.
So we're just going to test that now.
Alright.
So feel free to get it closer.
Yep, I will. I'll zoom in.
And it does take time.
Alright, so the drops have entered the glass, yep.
Yeah, so at the moment I can see the orange juice, particularly the bits
yeah, it is forming a bit of a layer now, you can see on the camera.
So the bits of pulp,
yeah,
I can see floating on top.
Yeah, that is true.
And if I pour it in this section here this time, watch and you'll be able to see it rise.
Oh, yep, got that on camera.
Cool.
So you just get a bit of a layer going. I thought there's quite a thin layer, but it's going to be a slow process by the looks of it with our makeshift dropper, unfortunately. So bear with us. We might cut to a...
Yeah, we'll just cut to it.
We might cut to a finished product, actually. But it looks like, as you can see there, it is forming quite a layer on top, which is proving that the pomegranate is obviously denser than the orange juice. It's still at the bottom, and the orange juice is is coming straight to the top. So it's higher up. Now that's a great finished product. So let's have a look at that again. Right, yeah, they're up there, that's right, it's been zooming in. So there we go. So that's the first bit done. So obviously, what we've established there is pomegranate juice is denser than orange juice.
That's right.
So we've proven that theory correct. Now maybe we try something else.
Okay. So,
what do you want to try next, Sam? Let's try the lime. Let's try the lime cordial, because I haven't tried the lime cordial. I'd be interested to see what happens.
Let's stick with the orange juice.
Let's stick with the orange juice. Oh, okay.
And we'll pour the lime on that. On
it, okay. See, so we're hoping the lime comes to the top, aren't we?
Yeah.
But if they blend, it could be an issue. But we'll try and see what happens. All right. This is the good thing about science, kids. It's trial and error. Just leave the cup there, man. I'll zoom in.
I'm starting to see the green come back.
Yeah, I think we can see it on the camera as well. It's just I can see a slight layer.
It's quite faint.
It does drop. It drops down and then kind of rises again, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We could be 2 from 2 on predictions so far though.
I think we might be right.
I think the lime looks like the lime is definitely less dense than the orange juice, which would be accurate given that it has a lot less sugar, like my hypothesis mentioned. So as you can see there on the camera, we're getting some bubbles at the top too, because the cordial's obviously got a little bit of bubble in it. We can see a slight layer of lime appearing. It's probably only a couple of mil thick at the moment. Sam's still working that dropper harder. We should have a bit more. And you can see when he drops it in, it kind of wants to sink to the bottom, but it keeps coming back up. It's not quite as dense as the orange juice, so it rises back to the top. Oh, it's all right. I reckon a little bit more, mate, and then you can show us. I can pretty much.
You can start to see that?
I can see that. I'm zooming in. I'm zooming right in anyway.
Okay, cool. I'll do one more.
Yep.
We'll have a look. Okay. Yeah, beautiful.
Yep. So as you can see, Sam's holding up there. You can see perfectly. Yep.
So I've got a clear layer of green above the orange.
Yeah, and there's still some bubbles there too, isn't there?
Yeah.
Now that'd be from the cordial, I assume.
Yeah, so we'll have to look at that. There's probably some of the agents in the cordial.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not good for you, cordial. Alright, so that's 2 from 2. So definitely put the lime in front of the orange juice container there, Sam, I reckon, because that's less dense. Yep, so we've established that, and the pomegranate still is the most dense so far. Alright, pomegranate's right at the end there. So we've done 3 at the moment.
So we're trying to figure out what's going in the middle now.
Yeah. So have you got pomegranate somewhere?
That was this one.
Oh, it was a pomegranate. Alright. Well, let's try the pineapple. Maybe try the pineapple juice, I reckon, with something.
Pineapple juice.
Yeah, I reckon let's work out if that's.
Let's do a different one.
Yeah, let's try those ones that we haven't really tried yet.
Alright, here's cranberry.
So cranberry going into the pineapple juice, is it?
Yep.
Now, what are you predicting here? We both predicted, I think, that cranberry should sink to the bottom.
Yeah, so this time instead of seeing one rise to the top, we should see the cranberry juice sink to the bottom.
Hopefully. Or else we're both wrong. You can see it dropping. It isn't coming back up, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's not coming back up like the lime.
Like the other ones. Is it kind of blending though, or not really? I can see the puff. It is going down.
It is going down. It is going down. Yeah. It looks like it's going to be difficult to see.
See a little bit different colour down the bottom there. How are you going with that dropper there?
You can edit this out of the video.
Sam's having a bit of trouble with the dropper, guys. As you can see, it's quite hard to get it out. As you can see, when he drops it in, it does sink straight down. It's just quite hard to notice.
It might be hard to visually see this. Both juices, particularly this cranberry juice, is quite transparent.
Yeah.
So it might not be as visible.
Well, maybe Sam, how about we try it? Like, let's try a little bit. Maybe if you want to try and pour a little bit in it, we'll just see if pouring faster works, because we've got a theory that if we pour it too fast, it's going to blend in too much. So that's why we've been doing it so slowly, which takes a bit of time, unfortunately. But
we can see.
Yeah, you can see quite slowly.
We can see that it's a darker colour.
It's darker down the bottom, yeah, than it was.
It's not red. It's not as clear as the other.
So it's kind of blended a little bit, but it's kind of sunk to the bottom. It definitely hasn't risen to the top.
Yeah. So I'm going to try to pour some in.
Yeah. So let's try a nice slow pour, Sam, if you can. Don't shake too much. Alright, oh. So what are we getting there? It's more of a...
that's very difficult to tell. We can see that there's a slight layer above that is lighter.
Yeah, that's more likely. It's kind of blended though, hasn't it?
Yeah, but the whole thing's this sort of same colour all through the middle section of the cup. Interesting to note also that down the bottom is light.
Yeah.
So, despite this middle section being mixed, the top and the bottom both remain lighter.
The cranberry hasn't got to the bottom. Interesting. Alright, well, so cranberry we're not sure about. It's a little bit transparent with the pineapple. Oh, what else do you want to try? Let's try a couple more and then we'll try and form a drink.
Okay. Right, so we've got a grape.
Grape, okay.
Maybe we can tell it's the pineapple.
Yeah, let's try the pineapple and the grape, because I think the grape should be denser by the looks of it.
Yeah.
And that should be a good colour contrast, hopefully.
I think we both said that.
Yeah, we both did say that. Oh, it's just judging. It's interesting though. I think the pineapple juice would be thicker, you think, though, Sam. So I'm interested to see why you put the pineapple in front of the grape.
I think when I was thinking thickness as well, it is quite clear, the juice. Thinking back on it now, also the orange juice, particularly this one with pulp, is a lot thicker drink than some of the others. So I'm thinking that thickness wasn't necessarily a good thing to go with.
Yeah. Alright, so let's try a bit of this pineapple in the, is it the grape juice, is it?
Yeah, this is grape.
Oh, this is grape, okay.
Classic grape juice by Berry.
Yep, good company. Alright, so the first drops are entering the glass. Ooh. Not sure we can see a lot there at the moment. Let's see if we add a bit more. What do you reckon, Sam? Can you tell anything from this early indication?
Yeah, it's rising.
It's definitely not dropping to the bottom, that's for sure. I can't see any. Zoom in a bit more there. Oh, yep, I can see like a thin layer on top already.
Yeah, I think it is rising.
Could have another winner here. Oh, yep. Whoa. Zoom in a touch there. I'll let Sam do some work. So we've tried a fair few juices so far. So the idea is at the end, if we can try and put together one glass with all these different layers in it. So that's why we've been testing the density of all the different juices so far. And we're establishing a little bit of a line. And by the looks of it, both our predictions have remained true so far, which is interesting. I think the only one we disagreed on was the I think the grape juice, actually. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I had the grape juice much further.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I thought the grape juice was a lot heavier. So if we zoom in on this now, you can see there's a thin layer on top there, which is the pineapple juice.
Yep.
So I'd safely say the pineapple juice is a little bit less dense than the grape juice has come to the top.
Yeah, that's correct.
Alright. So we'll put the grape...
We had cranberry. We could see the cranberry sinking in the pineapple.
Yeah, so cranberry's a bit of a mixed bag. It's kind of hard to tell because it's quite transparent, as Sam said.
Yeah, not hugely as dense, possibly density difference as some of the other juices.
So the two that we have at the moment, they're quite at the bottom. We have the grape and the pomegranate, which are quite very similar if you look at the even the colouring, which is interesting. So I think we can't really trial them against each other because you wouldn't be able to see much.
Yeah.
So what we might do is pick one of them. So and use that as our bottom agent, one of the grape or the pomegranate, and then we'll try and maybe build the drink with the pineapple and the orange.
I think possibly with these drinks here, we could find out which side of orange they belong to.
Yep.
But it would be difficult to, as Jack says, mix with the pomegranate.
Just due to the colouring, isn't it?
What we might be able to prove is that if Jack's hypothesis of sugar levels is right, then we'll be able to appropriately assess these density levels and put them in our scale.
So we're working on our final product here. As you can see, Sam's actually lost the dripper into the cup, but he has created so far a couple of layers. We've got the pomegranate actually blended with the grape at the bottom there, so we've got those two at the bottom. Then on top we have the orange juice, we can see clearly. At the moment he's working on creating a last layer, which is the lime cordial, which you can see is that green line that's kind of getting thicker and thicker as we go. So we've created pretty much used all of the juices. We've tried that. So as you can see, you've got 3 different levels there. 1, 2, 3. Yep, it's working perfectly. So as I say, anyone can try it at home with different juices, but you have to kind of work out most dense. But I think from what we've gathered that the sugar levels do make a big difference in terms of what is more dense. So in terms of our lineup that we started with, what we think of, Sam? We think we pretty much nailed it with the sugar levels, didn't we?
Yeah. So we had
a couple of juices blend, which means I think they've got very similar sugar levels.
Yeah.
Obviously it says differently on the packet, but obviously depending on the serving size and all that kind of stuff, there can be I think it's only a slight gram difference really in between the pomegranate and the grape, the orange and the cranberry as well. The cranberry just
Yeah. So the
kind of
ones
blended.
that work best. See, the pomegranate has
it's got a lot
40 grams compared to the orange's 22.
Roughly, yeah. So it's almost double, isn't it? So that's created well. And then on top of that, the lime cordial's pretty much got no sugar.
Yeah. So as you can see, those ones work much better and much clearly visible.
They're clearly visible. They clearly show the density, I guess, for all of us to see.
Whereas if you get, say, even something like pineapple and
that was cranberry.
Pineapple and cranberry.
Yeah, it's just blended hard.
Just blended. So and they do have a relatively different sort of sugar content. So we've got 30 as compared to 20.
Yeah, but depending on the levels, I think it isn't it.
Yeah. So you really need a big difference in sugar levels.
Yeah, and you really need to work out the serving size and how much per. I can get a clear measurement I mean to work it out. But as you can see, you can have a bit of fun and create a nice little coloured glass with a little bit of effort there.
Yeah.
And it's a fun way, I guess, to look at density in terms of, because all the liquids look like they weigh the same because they're the same volume. But also we have liquids that are heavier than the others in terms of their density because of the sugar content, which weighs them down. If you think it like taking water and then putting it, so the same volume of water and adding sugar to it, that's obviously going to be a lot heavier than just the normal water because you're adding a lot more sugar and that makes it a lot more dense. But we'll explain that a little bit more in our discussion.
And so next time you're at a party and you ask them for a drink, serve them up one of these.
So cheers.
See you later.
Drink up, Sam. Healthy. Yeah, must taste good.